He said most tangents, a new segment. Hey man, y'all be getting me distracted, man. I don't even know how we got on that. What was he talking about? I don't know. I be forgetting stuff, man. All right. Next up, we got Marvin on the clock. We cover Unique, Juke, and now we got Marvin. The first time we see Marvin, obviously, when he know that he's with Jukebox, they eating breakfast. Now, Marvin, he's doing his best. You know, when somebody messed up, you can tell there's a change in their demeanor, how they're acting towards you. They're trying to make sure that they don't overstep their boundaries or be disrespectful at all. So he's talking to Juke and he's glad that she's back in his life. Let's not get that misconstrued. He loves his daughter. It's just Marvin was at a point he didn't really know who he was. We got to remember at 13 years old, Marvin took over for the family. Two parents were junkies. Elijah left. And we know that he has past trauma because he told Kanan about it when he was talking about grandpa. So he's talking to Juke and he wants the best for her. And he's even motivating her to go to college. He's saying, hey, Juke, you actually smart. You could probably go to Stansfield. It's going to be a little expensive, but that just means I got to hustle a little bit more. And there's nothing wrong with hustling. So Juke, she's hearing it, and we know that she's actually going to take this advice, but he wants to know what's going on with that AWOL situation because he knows going AWOL is a very serious thing. That's one thing about Marvin. We may think he doesn't know what's going on, but he knows exactly what's going on. And she's telling him she can handle it. Now, realistically, there's nothing that Marvin could have been able to do once they showed up, but go off of Juke. Like if she says she gonna handle it, then all right, handle it. But if not, then shit, I gotta step in. I gotta tell him what I know. But she said she got it, and that's where we at. Marvin threw down in the kitchen though. You got to ease up on that bacon. See, Marvin had that bacon on 400 degrees. You got to put it on 350. Growing up, 350 was the only temperature you put anything on. When you growing up and learning how to cook, 350 is the only thing you put the oven on. You preheat, then 350. Everything could be cooked on 350. That's your safe space when you like. I don't know what age y'all were, but when we 8 years old, 8 years old is when you start cooking. So between 8 and 13, everything just goes. Why? I'd even take it to 15 years old, unless you're a culinary arts student. 8 to 15, everything just goes in the oven at 350, and you just gotta watch it. See, Marvin had that thing on 400. He ain't really learned how to cook like that. Oh shucks, we got a celebrity in the building, guys. I'm over here blushing. Uh-oh. Erica Vane Television. Yeah, I said it in Espanol. Erica Vane Television is in the building. What up? What up, y'all? The Moets, we doing just fine. We going over a little culinary arts here. You know, between the ages of 8 and 15, you're okay to put everything in the oven at 350. Just watch it. But see, Marvin, he's just excited that Jukebox is back. So he threw the bacon in there at 400. You put bacon in the oven at 400, that's just going to heat up quick. You're going to be sitting down at the table, going on your scratcher tickets, thinking you won something. You smell like something burning. You're going to look over. It's going to be all kinds of smoke coming out the stove. You got to go turn that 400 off. That's too damn hot, Marvin. That bacon going to come out crisp. That shit going to come out burnt. But Marvin, he's just excited that Jukebox is back. And she tells him that, hey, when the military come, I'll handle that. And when the military comes, Juke handles that. We can't knock Juke. Juke did hold it down. Now, even Marvin told her, like, that's the white man's war. But Marvin's sitting there, he's like, what y'all gonna do about it, huh? Juke then came up missing. What you gonna do about it? She here now. What you gonna do about it? Excuse me. Of course, Kendall, real quick, since we just talked about the cooking, heads up, guys, depending on your elevation, the oven temperatures may vary. They may vary. I don't know. I lived in Kansas City. We was on regular altitude, I guess. I mean, you know what I mean? We wasn't in Denver or nothing. But anyway, Jukebox, she told Pops, I'm going to handle this. And Sergeant Falk, just like I said, Juke, you're not letting yourself down. You're not letting your dad down. You're not letting my brother Brillo down. You're not letting Kendall down. You're not letting Erica down. You're not letting Miles down. Who else is in here? You're not letting Patrice down. You're not letting Miss T down. You're not. You're not letting All In, All I See down. You're letting your country down. It's the worst thing you could do is let your country down. But Marvin's like, I don't give a fuck about that country shit, nigga. I'm a dope dealer. Marvin said, okay, Falk, fuck all that shit. That nigga said, let the white man's war. I know he didn't think that was going to get Jukebox to say, you know what, you're right. Let me go put on my my BDUs and get back into the fight. Like, nigga. You know what? Let me get back in there. You got a point. I'm letting my country down. Shit. You know, y'all know why I never went AWOL? Because I wasn't going to jail. If I would have went AWOL, I would have been on here telling you niggas prison stories. Mo, what happened? Well, I used to sling dope with Marvin. I joined the military and went AWOL. Man, I had to shank 17 niggas, man. Niggas was acting crazy in there. Nigga asked me for my cornbread. Am I going to eat my cornbread? Did they not know what I was in jail for? I was in jail for AWOL, but I told him I was in jail. Man, I went on a killing spree all up and down the Eastern Seaboard. From goddamn Connecticut all the way down to Florida. I was in that, yeah, try to get my cornbread. That's why I ain't go AWOL. I ain't want to have to shank nobody. But Marvin is sitting here and he's supporting his daughter. But later on that day, Marvin gets up and he gets on about his business because he needed to go over to the Golden Pavilion. And when he shows up there, he got them BBSs. This is the same BBSs Pac was driving with. I had BBS on my first Acura. Well, not my first Acura, my second Acura. My 95 Acura Legend. When I bought it, I had 18-inch BBSs on that mud. That mud was clean. Not like this, though. But Marvin pulls up and he finds out that there was a shooting at the Golden Pavilion. Delicious Chinese and American foods to take out. Now, they're putting up the crime scene tape. And Marvin's looking around like, wait, what the hell didn't happen here? What's going on here? The hell? If you pulled up, let's say you're Marvin, what's your first thought when you pull up? What's the first thought? If you pulling up to the restaurant where there's supposed to be dope in there, because remember, the police just asked Marvin, what are you doing? What are you doing here? Keep it moving. The dope is gone. Unique got that. The money is gone. Unique got that. So if you Marvin, you pulling up, you like, man, what the fuck? Now we got Marvin on the food counter because we had breakfast from Marvin and we got a bag of chips. So that's 8 times Marvin has ate in these last 2 episodes. We ain't counting the first episode because that was a flashback. But in the current time, Marvin got 8 scenes where he's eating. Like, and then Marvin low-key gave away what was going on. Marvin said, I just pulled up for my 30s, my number 37. Like, damn, Marvin, don't tell nobody about the special. Officer Della Rosa, badge number 849627. For some reason, I know I got to write that down. De La Rosa. 849. I don't know, guys, man. I'm sorry, man. When I see stuff like that, I just got to write it down, man. We might need to put them on the board. 849627. De La Rosa. But Marvin, what the hell? He trying to look through the, you trying to squint. When you squint, that doesn't actually make you see better. You know what I mean? You only squint when you can't see something. But if you got good eyesight, squinting ain't gonna make you see better. That's just gonna goddamn make it a little bit blurrier. Like, Marvin talking about. What's the old girl name from Scandal? They be making fun of her because she be showing her teeth. What's the lady name? Y'all know what I'm talking about. What's the lady from what's her name? Scandal? Was it Scandal? Scandal's the one where she's messing. No, that's How to Get Away. No, How to Get Away with Murders with old. They murdered the teacher. Kerry Washington, yeah. When you squint, you look like Kerry Washington. Marvin trying to see in the windows. The cop was like, "What are you doing here?" Marvin like, "Oh, nothing. I'm just trying to get my number 37." He said, "Well, move along, nigger." Why I gotta be all of that? So Marvin's looking, he like, damn, they just shot up the spot. They just shot up the spot. The fuck is going on here? All Marvin's thinking like, are we beefing with nigga? Ain't nobody in the streets. Like, who the fuck is it? Who would do some shooting? So the cop tells the nigger to move on. What did he say, nigger? Can anyone recall? Because I don't want to go back to the episode because we own the clock. Did he call Marvin a nigger? I'm pretty sure he told Marvin, move along, nigger. I can't remember, but Marvin was like, let me get the hell up out of here. Marvin goes directly to Rock's crib. Now, I ain't gonna lie, Marvin got a lot of jewelry. Erica, I don't know, man. I can't remember, man. We got, what, 70 people in here? Make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. I'm Mo.J. This is Raising Kanan, episode 3. We on the clock with Marvin. And he just found out that the damn Chinese restaurant then got shot up. He got to go tell Rock what he know. Now, he's telling Rock, look, I went over there. The dope is gone. The money is gone. Sonny is gone. Robert is gone. I had to get on Nephew's ass the other day because when I went over there, somehow the dope accidentally slipped in his drawers. And we all know about dope slipping into our drawers. Everybody that done it before. Like, if you're in here, if you were subscribed to my channel, dope has slipped into your drawers one way or another. It's an accident. It happens from time to time. But Marvin is saying, man, I had to get on Nephew's ass the other day. So Rock is like, nah, somebody got to be snitching. Somebody got to be giving up information on our operation. I like that. Information on our operation. So we got deconstructive criticism, information on our operation. I like that for a t-shirt. Information on our operation. Come on, Auntie Knows Kitchen. When I say dope, I don't mean like it don't have to be drugs. Shout out to Auntie Knows Kitchen. We gotta someone give me an Auntie Knows Kitchen an idea. I want to do a live with Auntie Knows Kitchen. You got to give us a heads up so I can go buy all the ingredients. And me and her are gonna we're gonna do a live together. It's gonna however long it take to bake. We're gonna put something together. I'm gonna try to imitate whatever she makes. We're gonna cook it together. We're gonna do a joint live with each other, and we're gonna cook together. We're gonna make something for matter of fact, y'all come up with something. We're gonna do grandmother's dinner. This is gonna be one dish though. I'm not about to make a whole thing, but me and Auntie Love's kitchen, Knows Kitchen, we're gonna do us a live together where we both cook the same exact thing. I'm gonna follow her instructions via the live, and we're gonna make it for grandmother before the end of the season. Yeah. See, we taking the channel to another level. We gonna make a dinner for grandmother. Me and Auntie Knows Kitchen. We're gonna do a live together. I'm gonna take my shit into the kitchen and whatever she say, so I can get the ingredients and stuff. But I'm gonna get with you offline. We're gonna handle that though, because we gotta make a dinner for grandmother. But Marvin is like, look, man, let me be honest with you. I was trying to get that number 37 rock. And when I showed up, the niggas wasn't even letting us in because it was a shooting. Oh, no, I'm not making no damn pot roast, man. It's just me. What I'm gonna do with a big ass pot roast by myself? You got to give me something just like, well, unless I bring Trill over, my homegirl Kayla, I can cook for them. I can have an in-house audience too. Then that'd be dope. Let me get off the clock before we start. All right, Marvin is talking about, man, Rock. I pulled up number 37. Cops over there. Someone got pow, 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 pow. That means Sonny and Robert were both dead. Now, Rock is thinking that somebody is snitching. And Marvin's like, all right, well, let me get the hell up out of here. But before Marvin leaves, we find out that Rock has been talking to Andre. And Andre told her that the feds were watching Stefano. And now that we know the feds are watching Stefano, there's no task force on the family. But they seen Rock over there and they seen Marvin. Now, I understand exactly what Marvin is doing. And we got this clip earlier this week. Marvin is looking at it like, man, that's the feds just saying whatever the fuck they want to. Excuse my language. They're saying whatever they can to try to get us to flip. So Marvin, he isn't believing it. He isn't believing that the feds are watching them. And also, he doesn't want Rock. The main thing is, he doesn't want Rock to know that he's dealing with Stefano. What do you guys think was most concerning to Marvin? Finding out the feds are watching Stefano, or Rock knowing that he's over there with Stefano? Because remember, he's doing all of this behind the scenes. And he told Marvin, I don't want Rock to know what you and I got going on. And if we go back and we look at it, I put two and two together. The only reason Rock got the $500K to get Kanan was because Marvin had been putting in work when he handled the son situation, well, the son-in-law and the bookie. Well, the bookie was current, but the son-in-law was a said Freezer, we black. Both? Okay. Rock knowing? See, that's what I'm going with, Kendall. I'm thinking it's more concerned that Rock, because they lying. Because if it was obviously there's a little bit there because of Stefano. If that was the case, though, he would have just said, oh, well, I wouldn't, you know what I mean? He would have told Rock the truth. If it was more of the feds, he would have told Rock the truth. But since he's working with Stefano and doing things for Stefano, he ain't really saying nothing. He's, they lying. Because think about it. If he wasn't doing all this crooked shit, well, everything they're doing is crooked. But if he wasn't like being an enforcer for Stefano, he'd have been like, oh, I went over there to Stefano and he wanted me to do this and this. He would have just came, he would have just came out with the truth to Rock. But now he's like, oh, they lying. They didn't see me. I wasn't over there. It was nothing. All right. I like that. All right. You see what I'm saying? Like if it was mainly the feds, he would have been like, oh, well, shit, I was just over there with Stefano. I had to drop something off or I had to drive him somewhere. That's if he was worried about the feds watching. But he didn't want to tell Rock that shit. He was just like, oh, but they lying. But at the same time, I can see it as, I don't really think Marvin is scared. But let's look at it from Marvin's lens, as Marvin doesn't want to tell Rock what he's doing because this is finally something that he's doing on his own. This is something he enjoys. When he's with Rock, she's dictating everything he's doing. With him and Stefano, he can decide if he's going to go do something or not. You see what I'm saying? So Marvin finally has something going on because look at it. Rock got Stefano. She got the product. She got the plug. She's going to deal with Quan. She got the restaurant. Lou got his music. Lou got the club. What does Marvin have? Okay, Patrice. See, that's what I was getting. What does Marvin have? So for Marvin, working with Stefano is all he got. His daughter is back. She's going off to college. So she's in and out the house. But other than that, what does Marvin have? All he has is Stefano. What does Marvin know? All he knows is whooping ass. What does Marvin do? Whoop ass. What does Marvin love? Eating food. When he's with Stefano, he gets cigars, he get food, and he get to whoop ass. All Stefano got to do is provide him with some ladies. But in this era that we in right now, you can't provide somebody with ladies. They're going to send your ass to jail for trafficking. But Marvin is here, and that's where we at, guys. Now, we don't see Marvin for a while because when he leaves, she tells him to go check on nephew. And what does he do? Go and check on nephew. Now, I'll wait till we off the clock. I'll wait till off the clock because we already got started. Marvin goes and checks on nephew. Does anyone know nephew's name? Because I just been calling him nephew. Even in the recap that'll be up tomorrow, I call him nephew. I don't know his name. I just know Richard. Robert, Richard. I don't know. And Sonny. What's nephew's name? Because Marvin is pulling up on nephew. I ain't gonna lie to you. Marvin pulls up on nephew. Nephew's just kicking it in the house. He like, hello, who is it? And Marvin kicks the door in. See, why? When you open up these doors like this, you need to put your foot behind the door and never open it all the way up. That I know ain't nobody really got like chains on their doors anymore. Let me see. Do I got it? Well, in one of my properties, my basement, I mean, there's a deadbolt lock on there, and then you got the door lock. But there is a chain lock on there. It's just we just kept it on there. You know what I'm saying? Nostalgia. But never open the door up all the way like that. Always ask, who is it? If they don't respond, then they don't need to come in. You don't need to talk to them. But Marvin kicked the door in. Miss T called him thief. He ain't got no name, just thief. He's just a theft, Mo. He's just a theft. Marvin come in with that damn. I'm thinking Marvin about to unalive this young man. He said, "What you do to him?" He said, "I ain't do nothing, man. I don't know what you talk about, man. I promise you I ain't do nothing. I promise I'm just a bitch ass nigga. I didn't mean to steal that dope. It just fell in my pants, man. My drawers, man. I didn't want to, Marvin. Trust me, I didn't want to, man. I didn't Robert and Sonny is dead. Who did something? Who did something to my uncle and auntie, man? No, man. I know, man. I didn't do it, man. I promise you. Marvin's like, wait, you didn't do it? What do you mean, their daughter? Where's their daughter at, man? I promise, man. I didn't do that, man. I accidentally stole that dope, man. It fell in my drawers. So Marvin's like, wait, you really didn't do it? He's like, no, man. I'm looking for my little cousin now. If they unalived, so Marvin's like, oh, damn, she's an orphan. And once he said orphan, that really triggered Marvin. Did y'all peep that? The orphan is what triggered Marvin. Did y'all notice that? That word orphan. O-R-fan. You know what I'm saying? O-R-F-A-N. Orphan. That word orphan really triggered Marvin. O-R-F-A-N. Not OnlyFans. O-R-F-A-N. Or fan. Now, he's telling him, man, you need to check on your little cousin, man. You need to find her, man. You all she got. And this got Marvin thinking, orphan. I need to go check on my goddaughter, Gerald's daughter. So that's the reason that Marvin went and checked on her, because this instance right here, Marvin's like, damn, it's a lot of BS going on out here in these streets, man. It's a lot of BS going on. Damn, man. All right, Marvin. So from here, Marvin's like, I got to find out where little Alice is. But he also got to continue to do what damn Rock wants him to do. Put some money out in the streets. And he goes to see Early Tyler. Now, this gentleman got a damn either San Francisco or Kansas City jacket on. Probably in San Francisco back then. They was winning in the 90s. The Chiefs was trash. He pulls up on Early Tyler. Early Tyler over here working on this Jeep Wrangler. He's like, man, let me holler at you, man. Let me go back into this back room, man. Let me holler at you real quick about what's going on in these streets. Early Tyler, like, what's going on, Marvin? That Lexus leaking oil. So this shows us that him and Marvin, they got a relationship. Him and Marvin been dealing with each other since way back when. Marvin's like, nah. You heard anything about the Chinese restaurant getting shot up? Because I'm a friend of the family. I need to know. Now, obviously, Early Tyler don't know what the hell is going on. He been living with Unique, and he been sleeping with two eyes open. It's hard enough to sleep with one eye open. Imagine trying to sleep with two eyes open because Unique's in the house. And Unique smell like ass because he been in that damn trash. But Marvin's like, yeah, man, I need information. If you know anything, here go a little $100. You know what I'm saying? Take this little 100 piece and let me know. But also, your auntie still fuck with the CPS? You talking about CPS? Oh, yeah. My auntie do. Well, I need you to find this young girl for me. And then Marvin sits down and he picks up the juju bees. So that puts Marvin at 9 times he's in 8 since we didn't seen him. He picks up the juju bees and he has Early Tyler. So Early Tyler not only has a connection to the streets, he has connection into the public facilities, into the public servants. So he's telling Early Tyler to get the information for Alice. And that's how Marvin actually finds where Alice is, because she's an orphan, but he has that connection. And we see young Alice here, which I know a lot of people are wondering, what are we doing with Marvin giving her the number? It's like, oh, hey, Uncle Marvin, I kind of miss my family. Marvin gives her his number and he gives her some money. And it was kind of funny to me because I know we was all thinking the same thing. The white lady came over, and the only thing that was going through my mind, let's be real. I know people don't try to risk, risk their channels and stuff like me. Yeah, I'll be saying the N-word with the hard ER, over exaggerating, but this is what they be wanting to think and what they be thinking just about saying. This lady seen an innocent young white girl with some nigger giving her money and his number. Marvin, I'm not gonna lie to you. If I'm riding by, la-dee-dee, I'm headed to work. Why is that nigga talking to that little girl? Oh, hell no. Hold on. Put this motherfucker in park. Hey, sir. Why are you talking to this little white girl? Who are you? You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. All of us, like, if you were driving by and you seen this, I'm thinking, who is this creepy nigga talking to this kid? Now, I'm not one to call police, but
the FBI. Yeah, this the FBI.
I might, it's some nigga with a box, a lot of gold on, giving a kid, I don't know if it's his number or look like money. It looked like a drug exchange. Maybe. Well, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm sorry. The drug dealer is wearing a pink jacket with a pink backpack. She is serving this guy, and he is copping from her. She has a ponytail. She's standing 4'2". She looks dangerous. She might have a weapon. A pink jacket, white bottom to the jacket with blue jeans. The criminal is 4'2". I repeat, the criminal is 4'2". She's selling drugs to an innocent black man. She's on school grounds. Come and get her, please. Oh, yeah. My bad. I drove by. Marvin is the victim. If I'm looking at this, I'm like, this little girl's a goddamn criminal. She's serving the junkies. She's serving junkies on school grounds. Whole time I thought Marvin was the bad guy. This little girl is serving this nigga on school grounds. Bring her down. Y'all remember, what's that movie? Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. What movie am I referencing with what I'm talking about? She don't fit in right here. You remember on Independence Day what Agent J did? Who did Agent J shoot when he was in training? Who did Agent J shoot when he was in training on the first Independence Day? Y'all answer that question. We can continue on. Men in Black. Ray got it right. Hey, I like how y'all comments came in. Y'all working it down. Ray said Men in Black, and Cam said the little girl because she's out of place. So when I called the police, y'all thought I was calling the police on Marvin? Hell no, I'm calling the police on the little girl in the pink with the backpack serving the junkies. We know Marvin was a junkie in the past. I pulled over and said, oh, whoa, whoa, this is school grounds. We can't be selling no dope. The teacher comes over. Is everything all right? Marvin said, man, I'm just the godfather. I'm just the godfather. Little Amber over here serving the junkies. Aye. Quarter brick, half a brick, whole brick. Aye. Serving all the junkies, make the trap say, aye. Hey, y'all know it. Men in Black. Here comes the Men in Black. Galaxy Defenders. All right, let me continue on. Next time we see Marvin pulls up with Rock, but that's really not important because she's telling him about Quan and he's just saying that they're dangerous. But they go talk to Joaquin. Now, this is where we find out about Traymont. Now, if you watch my trailer breakdown, then you'll understand what's going on here. Rock is basically talking to Joaquin about not helping because remember, Joaquin never wanted to sell dope in Harlem. I mean, not Harlem, in Queens. I said Harlem because I was thinking of heroin, the H. I had the H's mixed up. But he never wanted to sell here. And remember, this is Juliana's cousin. And Traymont is still copping from them. So he's like, yeah, Traymont is copping. But the reason he doesn't want to sell in Queens, you hear what he says, it's too many people you got to pay. Think about who's in Queens right now. Stefano's in Queens. Unique was in Queens when they were out and about because him and Juliana had their little back and forth. So you had his crew with Juliana. You had Unique. You got Stefano. Cartier was up there, but he wasn't really like moving dope like that. But then you had Rock. So it was a lot of players in Queens. So that's why he never wanted anything to do with it. And Juliana was running it. So we were always thinking, how did Juliana boss up like that? Juliana didn't really boss up. When we're really looking at the big scheme, she never really bossed up. She just took over Queens. Her cousin was still supplying her. Remember, Rock is trying to get to this level where he's at, where Joaquin is at. She's trying to be the supplier to the suppliees. So Juliana was never bossed up. She was just making a lot of money because she had Queens on lock when she took over for her husband. That's what was going on there. But she was never bigger than her cousin. The cousin just chilled. And we see him right here. He's like, yeah, I fuck with Traymont. Traymont sending things down to Baltimore. Me and Kendall had a little conversation back and forth, and we were wondering how the hell does Jukebox get down to Baltimore? But we'll worry about that once we get on goddamn Rock's story. But maybe Rock is going to expand down to Baltimore because she takes Traymont's spot next episode because we've seen that in the trailer. But that's neither here or there. But Marvin is sitting here and he's hearing all of this. So we know he's the muscle for Rock. Remember, he's not doing anything but moving the dope, collecting the money, and being the muscle. Rock is doing all the negotiating. So that's what this conversation is about. And Marvin is sitting here. We can count this drink as a eating for Marvin. So that'd give us 10 right there. But That's all this conversation is finding about Traymont. Now, Traymont ain't here. We're going to see him next week. But we're going to finish up Marvin's story. That's pretty much it for Marvin, though, to be honest. I mean, we got the dinner scene, but let's be honest. The dinner scene is really primarily between Rock and grandmother. Marvin is there and he's holding it down for Juke, but he really doesn't say too much except for Juke just got back. So that's pretty much the end of Marvin's story, like the big picture. But the Traymont, that's going to be into next week's episode. They did drop the trailer. Check out my What's Next trailer. It is on the channel, you know what I mean? But that's the end of Marvin's story. Let me ask you guys real quick. Is there going to be an altercation between Marvin and Early Tyler? We know that they're going to find out about Unique, but will there ever come a chance that Marvin and Early Tyler, they have some kind of confrontation, or is Early Tyler going to always be that neutral person? Let me know what you think. We are off the clock with Marvin. Man, look at Cam talking about his cousin was running the clandestine moves with Ronnie crazy ass. Man, you been reading the damn clandestine? You been reading the damn descriptions for the episodes, Cam? You're not just randomly popping out clandestine unless you probably more intelligent than me. I'm not using clandestine on a regular, you know what I'm saying, on a regular day. The title for episode 3 is called Bygones. As Rock and Marvin face the aftermath of Unique's violent clandestine comeback, Lou manages his new artist. Kanan gets through to his grandmother, and Jukebox embraces her sexuality. Cam over here. Look at Cam. I like that. Using the reference. Okay, reference words. There we go.